G'day guys, we're lucky enough to finally have Alexander the Great Volkanovski in the studio with us. So I haven't had to run down to the fighting gym this time to chase him down for an interview. We've got him in. So probably something that a lot of the guys watching this right now will have watched the fight that you just had at UFC Sydney. And I guess very dominant fight. You dominated from start to finish. Some of the fans may have been looking for something a little bit more, maybe a KO or something like that. How did you feel about the fight?
Well, that's what I'm always going for. I'm always going for the finish, but Shane done well to play real defensive, and he knew that I was going to look for the finish, and he didn't really give me opportunities. He really played defensive. I think he wanted to at least last a few rounds and just wait and look for that one shot. I think that's what his game plan was. And he done well defending, but as I was putting the pressure on, I was waiting for him to just make mistakes, throw some punches, but he just didn't commit to anything, and it made it a little bit tricky for me to get the finish.
Yeah, well, I think that at the end of the day, there was no doubt left in anyone's mind who won the fight. I think that regardless of judging and all that sort of thing and keeping count of score, I think even your most novice fight fan could watch that fight and see who the obvious winner was. It's 3 wins now of 3 in the UFC. You've fought some guys who are maybe a little lower in the rankings and stuff like that, but all convincing wins. And I guess now it's coming to that time where you want to start fighting some of those bigger guys, some of those higher names.
So if I'm fighting these top guys, you know what I mean? If they get a sore hand or a sore calf or whatever it is, they're gonna have the week off, come back, get training, and finish the camp. Things like that. Same as me. I had plenty of injuries. My last few fights.
Yep.
My back was very, very crook for this camp. I didn't tell anyone about this, but very, very, very crook. Mm-hmm. And I had enough time. I didn't do nothing till I was able to start wrestling in that again. And I went in and fought. I was never going to pull out because I know I need to fight. Mm-hmm. I want to shoot for these rankings. I need the money. And I'm doing this for my family. So I need these top dogs that I know are going to fight me. I don't want to sit there and go there and again, someone hurts a fingernail and then pulls out on me. I can't afford that. What I mean? I don't want to get someone thrown out last minute again.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we'll get to some of those names that have been thrown out there that I guess, I'd say they're somewhat in your crosshairs for the future. But what we've heard in a lot of the interviews that you've done lately is, you've always been a very humble guy. You've always represented the people. You've always been a good guy. You've always shown great sportsmanship. I remember watching your debut fight in the UFC. At one point, you were holding the cage and he asked you to let go of the cage and you actually stopped fighting and apologized to the ref. So
I got taken down because of it. So,
that's right, Exactly. So I guess at the end of the day, you're not putting on an act. There's no stage show here for you. You're just, at the end of the day, you're being you. Mm-hmm. And I guess you want to kind of, from what we're hearing, is you want to present yourself as that good guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know a lot of these guys have made careers out of, I guess, presenting themselves as the villain.
Yeah.
And it's a good tactic. It works, It gets people excited. It gets people watching. But would you say it's true that for every villain, you also need a hero?
Well, that's it, mate. I'm ready to take out. I want to be that hero. I'm going to take out all these villains. Everyone's playing the bag. I'm seeing it way too much now. People are doing whatever they can to talk, shit. Sorry for my language, but everyone's doing, whatever they can, and it's getting boring to me. It's the same thing over and over. Same call outs, same stupid things. No one's really original. There were a couple of originals, obviously. Now it's just getting boring. And
so you're gonna basically set yourself up as the villain slayer.
Exactly right.
Alexander the Great was a great conqueror. You're gonna take that Alexander the Great name and I guess start conquering some of these villains. Is that the goal?
Conquer the division, conquer these bad boys. That's it.
Okay, so some of the names that have been thrown around a little bit, there's 2 in particular that stand out to me. You've got Andre Fili. That name's been put out there quite a bit. And you've also got Jeremy Stephens. Now, 2 very different fighters. Obviously, Andre Fili, he's 17-5, phenomenal fighter. Everyone knows who he is, coming out of the US, obviously. Is this someone who you think would suit your fighting style really well? He's dangerous everywhere. Yeah. He's well-rounded. He's a dangerous guy. Is that someone you think you would be more suited to?
Yeah, I'm very well rounded. So if someone's really good somewhere, I know I could probably beat them I could probably beat them wherever they're good at, but I know I can beat them where they're not good at. So that's one thing I feel I have on a lot of these fighters. So I'm very well rounded. You know, if I want to strike with the strikers, I know I'm going to do well, and then I can always take it to the ground if I have to. But Andre Fili, look, he moves really well, but I'm going to be way too powerful for him. And so that's one fight I definitely want. He is well known. He's from a good gym over there in Team Alpha Male.
Yep.
And we're close. You know, the rankings is not too far away as well. So he's definitely something that could get thrown my way. And actually, his name has been pulled up before, but that fight didn't happen.
Yep.
So it's definitely in the mix. You know what I mean? But
Jeremy Stephens is one of these names that we talk about. I mean, lots and lots of fights under his belt. Currently ranked number 8. He's 26-14, 17 wins by KO, 2 by submission. Known for just those heavy hands and that never give up sort of attitude. This guy just won't die. Is that something that concerns you at all, or you think that you're up to standard and that you can take this guy down?
Yeah, well, no, 100%. I know I could take that fight. Look, they're all good. I like I said, I'm a respectful guy. Everyone's in the UFC for a reason, and all these guys they're ranked for a reason. So I've got respect for them, but at the same time, I'm confident in my ability, and I know I can beat these people.
I think from what I've seen, at the end of the day, a lot of people in people's minds, they're making these matchups for you in their own minds anyway. People are calling these guys out for you. Yeah. So now that you're setting yourself up as, as the good guy, as the people's fighter, people want to see you take out these guys who talk it big and have these big egos and these big attitudes. And like you said, these aren't necessarily bad humans. They're not evil guys, but we're not just talking about them being nasty people. We're also talking about bringing those egos down a couple of pegs, aren't we?
Exactly right. Like I said, these people going to talk. They're going to, think that people, like I said, Jeremy Stephens got heavy hands. He's knocked out some people, but he literally thinks people won't stand in the middle with him. No, I'll put him on the back foot. I honestly believe that. I think I can put anyone on the back foot.
The plan's going to be eat up Andre Fili and then move on to Jeremy Stephens.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Yeah, that sounds exactly how it should be.
All right, no worries. Well, guys, what we might do is in the comments down below, we might get you to give us your opinion. Who do you think should be next for Alex to fight? Do you think he should be fighting against Andre Fili? 17-5, 8 wins by KO, 3 by submission, well-rounded fighter, dangerous everywhere. Should that be Alex's next opponent, or should it be number 8 ranked Jeremy Stephens, 26-14, 17 wins by KO, 2 by submission, known for his heavy hands and just that heart, never give up attitude? Is that someone who you'd like to see Alex fight? So put down in the comments what you think should be his next fight. This guy is destined for big things. He is the people's champ. He's going to be the bully slayer. So keep an eye out for him, guys. He'll hopefully be on the card in Perth. Fingers crossed for that one. But yeah, thanks for subscribing to our channel, or thanks for watching our channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys, and thanks for watching.
That's it. Push for me for the Perth card.
Thanks for coming in, Alex.
Thank you.